Hello everyone, and welcome back to testing RP-1, in which I am rather rusty. And because of my rustiness, I've been taking advantage of using previous craft. We had a failure on our first orbital mission, and yet still achieved orbit, so that was nice. And now we have a lot of cash to spend on upgrades. Also, I need to go in here and clean out some of the old crap hanging around. Didn't use that. We'll get rid of all the Akita stuff. What is Archerfish 1? I think it's just a... it's a simple it's a simple weather satellite, ComSat, com. Let's see what Barracuda is. It's... Oh, I think you went to the moon. Yes, you did. Looks like you went to the moon. You also went to the moon. I think you were an impactor. I think I'm going to get rid of the Beagle sticks because they were insane. This was... I'm going to fix the staging on this because the staging was all kinds of messed up. The heck was this? Oh, this was for really high sounding. All right, that is a cleaned up list of things. What the heck is this? This was the... this can go away. All right. So that's all cleaned up. So now we have what can we do? So we were going to do polar orbit because we have enough delta V. So let's accept that. We don't have the tech for first solar-powered satellite yet, although we're, I think, going to soon. We need solids, then... All right, in quite some time we will have solar panels, and then we'll be able to do that contract. But meanwhile, we need to start our tracking station upgrading because it will take forever. Yes, 443 days. God, that takes forever. I think I maybe need to tweak the build rates of things, because I really don't think it should take that long. I mean, this thing is only taking like 30 days to build, and yet supposedly the tracking station is taking forever. Whatever. Where's my notepad? Is this the one with the preset? No. Is this the one with the preset? Yes. Building formula. Upgrade formula. Yeah, you know what? Let's make it 2/3 what it was. All right. That's really because my build rate is just not. I think I didn't change it after I lowered the rate at which build points increase. Anywho, let's spend. Oh, and we have 3 available from the node unlocks. We'll leave a bit in reserve, and we'll pump all of this into research. Okay. So now that's only going to take, yeah, that's not going to take that long. All right. Given how much research I have to do, it's not the worst thing in the world that the tracking station is going to take that long to unlock. So I'm going to duplicate this in case we have a failure. I'm going to go into the tracking station and get rid of whatever that debris is that's sitting by the KSC. It must be the avionics survive the crash landing each time. All right. And that can oh, I didn't, I have to remember to install Principia. Specimen spiff, yeah, that, yeah. A4s. A4s and RD100s will beat the pants off that generally. Like you saw my bumper, and that was with untooled fairings, it turns out. I'm excited for the Falcon Heavy launch. I am not at all sanguine about it actually occurring next week. Not at all. All right, let's go here. Let's roll out. And let's go to Dawn. Here we go. It assumes manufactured parts. I mean, if it assumed captured parts, it would be effectively free. You just pay the launch cost. All right, so that seems about right. Let's go to 91 degrees. Specimen spiff, I'm not using range safety, which means I can do this. I'm not yet about to rebalance this for that, especially because I don't want to require people having KSC Switcher if they don't want to. I mean, it's cool to have, but if you don't want to deal with it, you shouldn't have to. All right, let's keep this open. Oh, it already was open. We might as well go. It has no requirements about apogee, I think. Yeah, just that you're in orbit. Man, it doesn't even have an altitude requirement. Interesting. All right, so here we go. Can't do a Geiger counter thing here, which is weird. I thought we could. Oh, it may be space only now, in which case there's no science to get on the way up. There's only polar science, basically. Pitch program. Oh, that's bright. That darn thing is bright. It is what we've been calling the giantly changed RP-0 that is almost like a new mod. Ferrum, you are correct about that. However, I don't give a hoot. I mean, even my A4 was straight-sided. Also, to be fair, like, Redstone and Super V2 were also straight-sided. And the R2. Certainly the R3. The R5, I mean. Let's pull level. Ferrum, this is not your Thor opens. I'm sorry. This is sane space program. However, the cute little upper stage is very cute. It looks like a single tank DCSS basically, which is an achievement given that it's an AJ-10. What's different? Well, your knots require training. Your parts require tooling. The tech tree is totally different. The science mechanics are quite significantly different. Like, PAP redid all of the science experiments. Ferrum, to be fair, Redstone had a lot of structural mass. I would not exactly call it a candlestick. RCS to on, prep for ignition. Here we go. Look at how cute this little stage is. I'm sorry. Alright. Let's ditch us some fairings. Yeah, this is all about minimizing tooling costs. So there's one diameter for this stage, and we'll just stretch the tanks quite a lot when we get the Able Star. And we'll use the same thing for Regina. All the same diameters. Thank you, Bornholio. Oh yeah, maintenance costs. I forgot all about maintenance costs. Alright, let's pitch level so we'll get it well above 150. Let's push our apogee up a little bit. Sorry, it'll be our perigee, but right now it's our apogee. Okay. Now let's surface align. Heading is 356, pitch is 0, execute. Okay, we'll start to spin up at, I guess we should start to spin up now. Don't want to use up too much peroxide before we, because we need enough left to ullage things. Okay. Pitch at 1 degree, let's ignite at 25 seconds. I should have waited a little longer, I guess. Yeah, we need to fix the start of the career somehow so you don't have to grind sounding rockets quite so much. Alright, that's about Explorer's orbit. So let's do that. Low perigee, but whatever. And we still had like 1 kilometer per second left, but I'm going to call it quits there. All right, so this is now int 2. Oh yeah, we need to properly set up KerbNet. Okay. Oh yeah, we have the new biomes. I forgot about the new biomes. So yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll eventually get all of them because we're in a polar orbit, so who cares? Okay. We got the contract. Good. Now, what do I want to check? I want to check cosmic ray. What have we not gotten yet? Grasslands and tundra and ice caps. All right. So, shockingly, we didn't actually have any failures on this flight. Very shocking, given early rocket tech. Not super sure what else to do. I guess maybe we can grind some ComSat contracts, even though they won't actually function. Oh, there's the early WeatherSat contracts and other stuff. You know what? We're going to need to build a different launch vehicle anyway, so we'll just lose a bit on that. And let's get some more science. Tundra. Let's wait till we have comms, which we might not have for a while. We can get ice caps on the next pass. Okay, now we have comms. Review telemetry and transmit. Review data and transmit. All right. Let's see what else we can get. Grasslands. I believe that just leaves ice caps. Let's check. Yes, that just leaves ice caps. One hopes that we will actually get the ice caps in Antarctica this time. Yes. Okay, we have now gotten all the Geiger counter science we can. Home we go. Yep. And hello. We are 2 for 2 on Beagle Bobcat launches. because I flew a crap ton of test flights first. We are 2 for 2. We got a lot more science. What else am I going to want to get? We're going to need lunar range communications to go to the moon. That is for sure. We're also probably going to want this to go to the moon. Can't really afford. We could. We can afford this. Excellent. Eventually we'll get this for solar panels, but we can't afford it right now. More upgrades. And I'll buy one as well. Okay. Now things are proceeding at pace. Going to go ahead and rejigger that because we actually, there's no point in getting the lunary probe if we don't have the engines. We might as well be training up our engines first. This will let us do the solar power thing. All right, what do we have? All right, we'll be able to do that once we actually have a solar panel. That is going to be difficult. That is going to be quite difficult. It should be doable, but it's... Shoot, I shouldn't have canceled that thing because we could have actually just done it with what we have. Oh well, I'll lose like 3 days of integration effort. This gives me a year. This gives me a year. How long will it actually take? Oh, I need to upgrade mission control too. And that's 200K. Well, yeah, I'll certainly do it once I get those contracts. All right, we can do the moon on liquids. So 171 and 164 and 102. That's already 400 days. And that's 400 days. How many upgrade points is this going to give me? If I take this and this, that's 5 and 6, 11 upgrade points. I think I'm going to wait a little bit. This is a slightly more conservative career. Than what I might otherwise do. Also, I'm not super sure I want to take this on just because I hate trying to cut off the kick motor precisely. All right, so what does that imply? That implies 60. Actually, let me just wolf them off it. It's 0.03 equals 63. Oops, x minus 6371 over x plus 6371. Oh no, it's 6671. Okay. $70.83, so about 900 kilometers. So let's check what the range is. It's 600 to 7226. $855. So we don't have much of a window for cutoff because the difference in orbital energy for those two is quite low. And the thrust to weight ratio towards the end of that burn will be quite high. All right. Oh, I can't grind. I can't grind common weather contracts until I do this one. I know, I remember. So I guess we could just do some of these things. That's a pretty high altitude. 2,000 kilometers with 304 units. This pays well enough that we can waste a bunch of launch vehicles trying to do it. So you know what? Let's just do it. Why not? All right, 96 degrees. Boost to 300 kilometers, and then try to cut things off correctly. Is there any other science we can send up? Not really, no. What else could we do? Well, what would make this process easier? Well, let's make it cheaper, first of all. There's no need for the Geiger counter. Okay, everything's tooled. I find that hard to believe, but we'll see. I think, like, if you're talking about it in terms of parts, then basically all those parts already exist in mods. If you're talking about it in terms of the mission creator, that seems orthogonal to RO. Unless they've pulled the mission creator. I haven't been keeping up what it actually is in making history at this point. That's kind of it, right? Yeah, all right. Let's go ahead. That sounds about right, Ferrum. That sounds about right. Bob Parts. Bob Parts, best parts. He actually makes good parts. I shouldn't snark. Okay. So, what do we want to do? I think we want to get another upgrade. But we're going to leave a fair cushion because our maintenance costs are considerably higher than they used to be. They're almost $1 million a month. And who knows how many attempts we'll need before we actually hit the requirements. Ferrum, frankly, I expect them to cross-feed. All right, so we now need to launch to 96 degrees. And the ascent path, I wish I didn't have to estimate this. I think it's about like that. We'll tune as we go. We have delta V to spare. Okay. Happily, we should be over the horizon for we should be well high on the horizon for wallops, so that's good. All right. Let's go. This thing actually looks a lot like Thorogene A, because the long fairing makes up for the short prop tank. All right, so we want something like 320, I guess, for apogee. Nope, no failures. No, you need higher specific impulse than the LR79. And in particular, you need something with the specific impulse of the LR105 that works at sea level. But otherwise, they're about the right thrust. I mean, you can do it with LR79s and a center, I guess, maybe LR105, but I guess you'd probably want like 2 LR105s in the center. But even then, you wouldn't be getting the liftoff thrust you'd want. What just happened? Oh, it just failed to ignite. Okay. Okay. Also, why is my RCS not working? Oh, because MechJeb's engaged. No? We still... Why is the RCS not firing? Peroxide, are these disengaged? Nope, the RCS is enabled. So why aren't we getting any? That's super weird. Well, whatever. Those early AJ10s, man. Yeah, you're going to want 2 LR105s, I think. Because remember, the LR105 has about half the thrust of the 79 or 89, whereas in the R7, the core is assumed to have the same amount of thrust as each of the boosters. How long do we have until this comes due? Oh, we had a year, so that's fine. It won't take us a year. Here we go again. I wish we didn't have these dots of doom. Oh, specimens, if I should mention, I have actually made exactly that launch vehicle and did use two LR-105s. That's kind of why I was saying, like, you'll need to. I have done, I'll see if I can dig up a picture of it. I don't know if I have it anywhere. But I made that, like, a while ago. So it's quite possible. It's quite possible to do. You also probably want to use LR-89s, because you want to stay with the burn time of the boosters and whatever. You can use LR-79s if you want. But, like, you'll get, for booster use, you'll get better upgrades out of the LR-89s. Here we go. Two in a row, huh? Okay. Okay. I'm beginning to really hate this AJ-10. So, Sif, remind me what that is, because I'm forgetting. Oh God, really? Now that engine ignition failures are occurring, it feels much more like like an actual early space program. Oh, that thing. Yeah. That was supposed to cross-feed, I think. Or at least the original calculations thought about cross-feeding, and then they realized that that was optimistic. How long is this? What tech did we recently complete? We completed, oh, the solids. Yeah, meanwhile we unlocked the solids. And we're still stuck trying to launch these things and gradually losing money. Because we're also losing about $1 million a month in maintenance. Ferrum, that is fair. That is fair. Blow up the pad. Let's align a little closer with velocity vector. Yeah, we're limited because I want actually the pads to look different when you upgrade. We're limited. We're stuck with the 0th level pad graphics for the first couple pads. RCS on. Seconds to burn out. Seconds. Realign. go. Why is my RCS not working? Oh, that's interesting. Wonder what those exceptions are from. Wow, there's a lot of them too. Whoo, doggy, there's a lot of them. Input locks. Come on. There we are. Nope, RCS is still not firing. Does it think it's shielded or something? Oh, because it got set to nitrogen. That's the wrong specific impulse. Alright, something about loading this LV reset the stuff from HTP to nitrogen, and I have no idea why. Oh, oops, fairing set. Alright, let's get it to about 300. Pitch up quite a bit more. Try that level of pitch. All right. Okay, we're going to quick save. I'm going to quit to the main menu. I'm going to fix that bug in the save file. Quick save. And vessel, probe suborbital. Now, there we are. So many RCS thrusters. All right. Oh, I wish KSP wouldn't do what it does. If you leave it in the background too long, it suspends. And this is either a 1.3 thing or a Windows 10 thing, which means we have to quit and restart KSP. Fun times. We'll be right back. Even though the sound is still playing, all the things, but here we go again. Are you running Windows 7 or Windows 10? Oh, I know what happened because I loaded the craft, so I think I never actually unlocked the HTTP config. But before when I launched it, it was fine, so I'm confused. Yeah, we talked about it in IRC. Yeah, I'm in windowed mode as well. I don't know why it's doing that. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Okay, finally. Yep, that fixed it. Okay. Now, we have 4 minutes to apogee. Let's do some math. What's our, yeah. Let's see what Wolfram Alpha tells us. The answer is 727. So we want to kill thrust when our apogee is 727 kilometers, give or take. Oh, shoot, I didn't turn KSP back. Thank you. I didn't turn the display back on. That was unkind of me. All right. So in 4 minutes, we will fire stuff off. We can't set up a MechJeb maneuver to do it because we don't have mission control upgraded. But that's fine. What is our heading? 349. Let's look at our trajectory. Where is our apogee? It's over there. Oh, that's going to be tight about comms. Yeah, that's going to be tight about comms. Okay. Uh-oh. Let me just quickly make sure that I'm correct about that eccentricity requirement. 0.02. Yes. Okay. So a minimum of 586 and a maximum of 871. So we'll try to cut off at about 600. Whew. All right. That was close. Whew. No, Mr. Bond, you missed where there were like 4 in a row. Specimen spiff, that's entirely correct. You're literally creating a totally different manufacturing line in that case. You're using different materials, different thicknesses, different construction techniques. So yes, that's entirely fair, although you do get a bit of a discount. You should get some discount over just tooling that thing straight. If memory serves, you get a discount. All right. Sun synchronous satellite. All right. And we get a lot of moolah. We're now out of comms, but doesn't really matter. Get rid of that, and we'll call this Ant3. They're all basically the same satellite. All right. So let's scrap that. Let's go here. Let's fix the RCS. Purchase HTTP. Switch to HTTP. Switch to HTTP. All right. Save. Okay, that's fixed. And that would explain the problems we were having. Meanwhile, while I'm here, boost it with some casters, although we're at the pad limit. So I'm going to have to start upgrading. Do I? Oh, I can't even. I can just barely afford that. Yeah, so we're going to have to invest a lot of money into solids. If I didn't have the pad limit, I could make a nice upper stage out of this puppy. But if I didn't have the pad limit, and if I didn't have the thrust limit of that crappy S3. All right. How are we doing over here? 300 days. All right. I think at this point we probably can take those contracts. Because we really just need this much. Yeah. Okay. But it's supper time. So I'm going to exit out of this. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.